There we go. Well, hello everyone. It is time once again for the Tuesday drawing stream, although it's on Monday. What's going on? Why would that be happening? Let me pause that. Well, my D&D game got moved to Tuesday night, just this once, hopefully. And so I have to move the drawing stream here to Monday. To be honest, I'm not in the mood for drawing tonight, but as Gurney Halleck from Dune says, mood's a thing for cattle and love play, not responsibilities, and I consider this to be a responsibility of mine. So let's go ahead and get started. I have managed to fix the camera. I think this is new from last week, so not only is it focused, I think, pretty well on the paper, it is also correct. So when I do line reps, it's now actually you can actually read it, which is rather nice. So let's go ahead and get started. I actually need to move things a little bit so I'm still correctly positioned. A little bit more. There we go. And let's just go ahead and get started on our line reps. Apologies for the audio quality tonight. I've got some 3D prints running over here, and also for the D&D session tomorrow night. Unfortunately, I just can't. I'm hoping to get this one thing printed by tomorrow night. Don't think it'll be done in time. It's a very big, long, complicated print. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So, starting with some line reps. So this is, again, just moving the pencil down to get some nice lines. We'll see how much I do of drawing tonight. This might be a night where I just get in enough to keep the skills going, but I don't spend huge amounts of time on it. We'll see. I'd like to not get any curly cues in that. That's better. Nice firm lines, but still with some character. Wouldn't mind that. Wow, it's still, the camera needs to lower even more. You can see, oh, you're seeing a little bit of the edge of that. So maybe we'll pull back a bit, just enough. Okay, there we are. Let's do some circles, some circle practice, and this is just to get the hand used to moving in these particular shapes, which I think is helpful. Trying to be fairly consistent with it. And trying to get our lines between these things. Getting the hand used to moving between shapes. In a fairly flowing way. I'm feeling like doing more of this, but I don't know if that's just because this is easy. I suspect that's the case. Okay. Some nice line reps. Today is the 26th of February, 18. And we will sign that. And we will grab some of a nice hot drink. Cool down a little bit. Have you noticed that people tend to use the phrase a little bit Not a bit, not a little, but a little bit. Which is kind of redundant, isn't it? Alright, from this we will move on to some contour drawings. These are not easy. Ooh. Can't draw that line well at all. So here's where we take a photo reference. Let's just go here. Let's see if I can't hit that. Yeah. So this is sort of a freehand outline drawing of this character. How are we doing over there? That seems fun. And we will just go ahead and do that. How are we doing on the print? Okay. I've actually got two things being 3D printed right now. Yeah, I'm that crazy. And so one of them will be hopefully done here pretty soon. But time to do this contour drawing of this character. And just trying to draw the outline of her. I think I may have done this one before. I'm going too big on her, I feel. Yeah, way too big. Okay. About right? Maybe. And there it goes down. So let's see here. So we would have the... Okay, yeah, so I guess we've got that line there for the knee. I went a bit too much on the... on that back there, but okay. Oh, and that's because, interesting, so actually, that's, oh yeah, there's a slight line there of that leg. It's still too much, but okay. And that is this coming in, so I can try to do that. And we're going to bring that down to there. Okay. And similarly, it goes about here, down to there. And we'll just go ahead and do the entire there. And then we have this coming in a bit, I think. Okay. Yeah. That's not bad, right? Pretty decent. Apologies for the choppy video. I have no idea why it's being choppy. I have the same network connection now that I had 10 minutes ago, but for some reason it's decided to be choppy. I should keep an eye on this because I've noticed I often get choppy video maybe after 5 minutes in, and then it's okay for, then it's choppy for a while, and then it's kind of gets okay. So maybe I just need to kind of live stream for 15 minutes and let the video settle. I don't know. Okay. Need to create a little something to look at over there. I'll have to think about that. Okay. Anyway, so there's a contour drawing. I think I'm just going to do one of each of these. Oops, got to sign it. Yeah, it's happy again. After, yeah, about 10 minutes. Oh, and up low again. So, 26 Feb 18. Signed. Now I'll do some actually, I'll also do some cross contours. Do that on the same page. I'm going to take her, kind of her lower jaw and try to draw the shape of that around like that, maybe, and then it would connect in, maybe, perhaps. So that's her chin there, basically. Let's do the stomach, because it's kind of flabbing out. So this stomach here, it's flabbing out. So we'll do some flabbiness connecting out. Yeah, there's the, and that would go back to the thing. Maybe that's the stomach there. Then let's see. Then we'll go around the leg. So that odd. That's gonna go. Oh no. So the front of the, I guess it's the ankle there, and that's gonna go way back, and then around, and then up like that, I think, and then back around, something like that. Okay, I'm happy with that. Again, just testing. All right, then. That's that. What was the next thing? Potential drawing. Yeah. Potential gesture. That's what it's called. Where'd my eraser go? I think I moved it under here. There we are. These special erasers that I love so much. Just kind of suck up the graphite. Alright, so let's take a different drawing, a different pose. Let's take this one and imagine her now pointing at you. So we're going to take the basic head shape, neck, and then we'll have the hand come out. We will have the hand like this, and that finger coming out, you know, roughly. We will keep the arm. Oops, bit much there. Arm comes in and then kind of back out like that. I'm not making the body nearly wide enough. But let's start there. And then we have, yeah, I think the legs would be basically the same. Give her some wider hips there. Okay. That's going to be better there. That's going to be better there. Just kind of improve the general shapes here. That should be more there. Yeah. Okay, so there's her hand. Nope. Just a bare hint of those there. Give her there. There's her her shirt hanging down. Give her a bit more shirt, and then little tank top thing there. And then we'll probably pull in side of the breasts. All right, yeah. So there's potential gesture. Again, not terrible. Not great, but not terrible. plain braid there. Cool. That's potential gesture. I think there was something else we did last time that was kind of cool. Let me look it up. What did we do the other day? My pictures, no. Where did I put that? My drawings. Okay. What do we do? Huh, I don't see it here. Where did I put? No, no. That's weird. Is it still in the other folder? 1 second. Please, please stand by. Stand by, I am in control. Yep, they're over here. Okay. That would explain it. Okay, so memory drawings. That's what it was. Let's do a memory drawing. Really like memory drawings. And I cannot actually write out letters, apparently. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to stare down at probably this picture for 30 seconds, and then cover it up, and then try to draw it. I will do that without you seeing everything on my screen. Delete. 30 seconds. Take a quick drink here. Oh, and actually, let's check on that 3D print. Yeah. Hey. And that's funny. Huh, okay. So here is the figure that I 3D printed. Oh, you can't see it very well, of course, because we have the focus removed. But it's just a woman, basically. She may look nude, but she's not. She's just wearing sort of a form-fitting outfit, sort of a post-apocalyptic character. And these are all support materials, whoops, on the back. So I'll pull all this off, and that should be the character. So cool, that printed off well. I just need to keep an eye on this over here. So stand by. Okay, let that go. So let's do our drawing, our memory drawing. So I'm going to look at this character for 30 seconds, starting now. Alright. So I remember head is here. Arms are like this. This hand is relatively neutral. I'm doing the same thing with the body. I'm not giving her enough body. Okay. And then this goes out like this. And then I remember this, her hands are kind of splayed a bit more. Then we go down, and then we have her legs. I remember the legs because of the foreshortening, only go down to maybe about there. And then I think this one is kind of a little bit forward, and that one's a little bit to the side, maybe, I think. So we're going to do that, and have the foot out like this, and this foot is a little more forward, if I recall correctly. Give her a decent size head. Okay. Not bad. Yeah. I almost had to... Yep, hands out. This should be in a little bit more. Definitely. Actually, both of those should be in more. So the should be in like this instead of out like that. But the foreshortening's not too bad. I was right about the feet. This foot is more good. Okay, yeah. So this is a good exercise. All right. So those are our exercises for today. That was about less than half an hour of exercises. Normally I'd do a few more. Kind of fill out the time. But that's okay. So let's move on from there to some actual SD stuff. So what I was doing before is I was taking SD pieces from this book and assembling kind of my own character from it, right? So I'm still kind of copying elements, but it's not an entire figure. So I'm going to keep on doing things kind of like that here. And we will see what we can do. So I think I like... Yeah. So let's start with this guy down here. SD practice. Let's just copy that. Not exactly, but I'm going to take his basic head shape and I'm going to do more typical anime hair on him. Yeah. Still, you get my drift with the hair. Give him some nice big ears. Actually, those are probably too high up. Then we'll give him his eyes are going to be about here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Try that again. So eye is here, eye is here. And we'll do our top eye line there, and our nice big giant eyes. He has really big eyes. Like, these are big even by anime standards. On top of that curve. And we'll give him... Make his eyes live. He lives. Okay. Now let's even up the curve of his jaw. I don't like that jaw. That's better. Alright. So, those eyes are too big. Even by anime standards. Let's make that a little more reasonable. This is why we do this, to get a sense of proportions. Alright, so I'm going to keep the eye line, I think, more or less where it was before. And then we're just going to make that circle. Why am I not just drawing a circle? Like, I know how to do that. And then we'll give him sort of low things there. Okay. I'm liking it. Yeah, he's feeling a little more normal. By my standards, at least. Alright. That's cool. Then let's take a look at some bodies. Face, etc. It's a pretty simple face, but kind of blocky. Not a bad thing. Ooh. Let's give him a slightly different face, maybe. No, that's fine. Body. I recall there's not a lot about bodies in here. Yeah, representation, muscular, big. Okay. So let's give him basic. Let's give him, obviously he's more of a guy, but we can use this similar, and again we learned that the body should be, actually we're going to do that, the body should be roughly as wide as the head. And the shirt, and sort of a t-shirt here, and some very simple body. Then we'll give him simple shorts. Oops. And man, I am really having a difficult time drawing lines tonight. Like, I go across and it's very shaky. Okay. Despite all my practice earlier tonight. Okay, that's better. So, there he is. We'll give him some little pattern on his shirt. There we go. I don't like his hands. Let's make the hands a little more. I think we'll do a circle for the hands. Sort of mushroomoid hands. Let's see now. Okay, that's better. Okay, that's not too bad. But I don't like the jawline. So let's fix up the jawline. It's just too blocky. There we go. Much cuter. I wouldn't mind moving that out a bit. Yeah, let's do that. Again, this is just experimentation with the lines. Get a sense for where these should be. Okay. That jawline's a little more... maybe I'll move this one in. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay, yeah, that's a pretty cute little SD character. Alright, I'm starting to get a feel for the proportions and how it all works. I'll need to work on feet and such. Hands. In fact, maybe that's what I'll do next, is I'll play around with hands a bit. I'm going to call him Carl. That'll do for that for now. And let's move over to do some hand practice. Surely I've got some stuff with hands. Proportions, faces, etc. Character design. Realistic, stylizing clothing. Wouldn't mind doing some clothing stuff. Robots. Posing. Ooh, this is some good costuming. I'll have to reference some of this soon. And then character design. Okay. No, there's almost nothing about super deformed hands. Maybe there's something back here. And this is all faces. Wow, that's weird. Alright, let's look at what we've got. They've got very simple shapes for hands. But some of them have hands. Like, that's a real hand there. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is just take a bunch of these different drawings and just do the hands. Alright. Again, just get a sense for it. Before I do that, let me check to make sure this print is going right. Yep, looking fine so far. Okay. Alright. So, that's not helpful. Let's just find some... Actually, I'll go to the back here. Where we have a bunch of characters. And we'll do a bunch of hands. Okay. So let's start there with Princess Girl. Whoops. Let's make sure you can actually see what I'm drawing. Call this SD Practice Hands. So we've got this interesting shape here where she's got almost these cones for fingers. Went around, and there's the thumb, another cone. That's interesting. And then the other hand is and then the other cones are kind of, oops, not that sharp. And then the thumb is like this. Alright, that's a simple hand, but that would work. She's just got sort of pads for hands. It's almost upside down feet for hands. That's interesting. I like these guys over here. Let's try to do these guys. See if I can't keep that from going over. So we have this one finger coming out from an otherwise very Mickey Mouse-like hand with a few lines. And then interesting, the kind of the Mickey Mouse idea that you've got these very simple shapes that you're using for your characters. Okay. Or just okay. Kind of vaguely hand-shaped fists. Interesting. Yeah, like I said, interesting. Take this guy who's holding the sword. We're getting this vaguely hand fist shape. And our thumb comes like this. Okay. And his other hand is a bit too much there. Okay, it's a nice fist. That guy is just... it's interesting, that fist shape. It goes in, and then we get the thumb, basically. Interesting. It's almost like a claw, very much cut off for that. Alright. I'd like some more, like, using, hands being used. There's a guy holding a, oops. A guy holding a cigarette. I'll never forget when I was doing the reviews and holding a pipe, big fake plastic pipe, and people were just scandalized that I would pretend I had a plastic pipe in my mouth, like I was smoking, and folks were like, "Oh, that's a terrible example to set to people." Like, it's fake, and I'm wearing a jacket, and it's like I'm sitting in a leather chair, like it's part of a character, and I'm not actually smoking. Like, it's a joke. If I were actually smoking, it'd be a different thing. All right, there's some other SD hands. Oop. I think it's important to sign your work. Tell people you were there. We'll call these just SD hands. So what do we got? I saw some neat hands. This guy. All right. You can't see very well. Sorry. Move that over there. Okay. So we have a fist. There's just sort of a oblong shape there with the sensitive fingers and a very basic thumb, like that. And then his thumb there, and then the fist coming down, actually a sense of the knuckles there coming around. Cool. I like that. Let's see what else we got. This artist is not doing a lot in terms of with hands. They're usually fists. It's kind of funny. All right, we'll do Monkey Girl. Similar kind of thing. And then same kind of shape. Well, actually, not quite. So we have this shape here, this shape back there, this shape coming up here, and then the sense of those fingers. Interesting. Along with the thumb. Huh, alright. I like bodybuilder guy. Oops. Thumb. Basketball guy. We'll do the arm too. He's just got a claw. That is just what that is. Okay. Judo guy has a fist. It's just actually it doesn't. She's doing it like this. That the thumb's out now. And then the other one. Ooh, that's an interesting shape. And you got your thumb back here. Okay, that's not a bad fist. Ooh, like her. Let's do her. So we have our thumb shape. Then we draw a simple fist like that. And then come in a bit and go up. Whoops, go in a bit and go up. And then we have the lines indicating there. And then again, same idea down there. Come down a bit and out to represent that. In and around. May not have gone out enough. And same idea. Okay. Got some good basic shapes. Oh, sort of patty cake up there. Sort of mitts. You can do the same thing over there. Cute. Hey, Sunil. No, I've been in England. I do not live in England. But I have been there for a total of 3 weeks. 4 weeks. A few weeks. Love it. Love England. Okay. So those are some lanky SD characters. Here are some more stylized SD characters. So I like having these sort of knight figures and characters. Cool hand there. But that's a little more realistic. A little too realistic. Alright. But now I want to go on to feet. Like I mentioned, I was not doing so well on feet. So let me try some feet. Defeat. SD feet. So let's see here. So we've got some. That's just a foot like that, with maybe a sense of a shoe, and then same thing there. So I'm definitely getting a sense that the feet are meant to be very much de-emphasized. Let's get her. Interesting. You actually get the sense of the shoe being larger than the person. Interesting. And then that comes down to just sort of a blob, more or less. Well, a flat bottom blob. Where am I currently? I live in the east coast of the US. So, yeah. The closest big city is Washington, D.C. So, in that relative, rough area. And that's about as specific as I get online, for reasons I'm sure you all understand. So now we have these feet with these big big boots, big bootay, and so we just kind of and we just make those sort of big. It should be bigger, much bigger. And that same sort of wedge shape. Okay. And we add some lines, just get a sense of that. And some lines here. Okay, not bad. But again, we're going very simple shapes. These are just sort of very baggy. My accent seems British. I seem British. Well, there is a bit of a reason for that. I grew up watching a lot of British television. My parents were very much Anglophiles. So I grew up watching Hercule Poirot. He was granted Belgian. Sherlock Holmes and a lot of those sorts of things. So I did pick up a little tiny bit of a more British-esque accent, I think. I mean, certainly not British. You know, if I'm in England, I certainly don't sound like I'm British or English. But I think I sound a little less traditionally American. But yeah, a lot of Sherlock Holmes, a lot of mysteries with Diana Rigg and people like that. Alright, so what I've learned from this is I shouldn't worry about feet. SD characters just have, you know, kind of triangular blobs for feet, and that's fine. Cool. So I think that's interesting. So now what I think I want to do is practice a little bit. Did I sign? Yes. Excuse me. How about you, Sunil? Where are you from? Or where do you live? I am using a 2B pencil, actually. 2B or not to be. And then I'll go back over it with pens at some point. If I really like the drawing. So, for example, I'm not going to ink those or those, but I'll probably ink him. Do that in a little bit. But for now, what I think I want to do is just draw a head. And again, let me just do some very typical hair. And give him big ears. I think I'll make it a girl, which means gotta change that jawline just a smidge. Put those eyes starting here. We'll have her looking down. I don't know why I can't draw a circle today. That's better. We'll put her eyebrows up here. She's surprised. And I think we'll give her some nice flowing long hair. Neck. Shirt. I think we'll give her a collared shirt. Oops. Yeah. Wrong. India. Nice. Cool. And we will make that shirt like this, I think. I think what I'll do, even. How do I make the shirt? I'm gonna make it a cutoff. Make the shirt come down like this a bit. Sort of an 80s feel for the shirt. And then have an exposed midriff. And I'll give her a skirt. try that. Skirt doesn't look right. What am I doing wrong with the skirt? Let me redo the skirt. The skirt looks like a diaper. Skirt. Let me find a good skirt example. Panels. Oh, I need lines in the skirt, typically. And it needs a flare. Oh, that works. Okay. Okay. And then give her slightly bigger. And then, like I said, I think if we just do that for the feet, it doesn't seem to matter. And then the arms will just come down. Actually, no, I think we'll go even more calm arms than that. We'll just give her shoulders and have the arm come down. Ooh, let's do this. Hand-on thing. She needs a belt, so I'll give her a belt. Give her a big old smile. Give her a big old smile. Nope, that's creepy. I don't think she's... I think she's... Yeah, that's more the expression we're looking for. Something a little... Yeah. She's upbeat, but she's not, like, over-the-top upbeat. Let's give her the rest of her hair. Have this come down. Maybe that's where it ends. Okay. The hair feels a little too... it needs to come in a bit. Give it that sense of flow. And it can come back out. That's a little better. Do I actually take lectures in universities regarding Japanese culture? I do not. I have not had the privilege of finding any university lectures on Japanese culture, but and I've not been invited to speak. I've spoken at a local community college, actually, about Japanese animation, the actual animation process, to a bunch of art students. But I've not had that privilege. Hello, Raven. Okay, so that's not too terrible. We'll give her, I think we'll give her, whoa, we'll give her, like, sandals. Like a sense of sandals. Alright, so, that should be more like that. We will add some ruffle ideas, and yeah, I kind of like that idea of the... I'm in a kind of a triangle mood tonight. In terms of clothes. So there's her thing. One thing about these shirts is that the, okay, that's not too bad. A little weird as an outfit for a super deformed character. But that's okay. Body's probably a little too thin. Maybe a little too tall, actually. It probably should be a more squashed character. So in fact, I'm going to go ahead and squash up her legs a little bit. I think that will help. Yeah, that's better. I mean, her torso should be up a little bit now too, but it's a little bit more super deformed. All right, so let me grab my pens. And oh, she needs a nose too. Boink, boink. I think no, she needs a better nose than that. We'll do the check mark nose, and of course we need the thing. Oh, and of course she's a girl, so she has to have eyelashes. And the big old eyebrows up there. All right, that's not too bad. Let's go ahead and use this. Yeah, the legs just don't seem right. You're right. Let's try going the opposite direction then. That's better. You're absolutely right. All right, yeah, that's a much better body shape. Cool. Thank you, Sunil. All right, so now, I think I mentioned before, I want to be able to move my hand more freely. I might just go, yeah, I think I'm going to go with the thicker line for my entire face. Fix that ear. Might go with a thinner line for the... No, you know, I'm going to go... well, we'll see. Her neck's a little bit too thick. Or too long, rather. But oh well. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go with... Oh, no, that's not right. Dang it. Oh, well. That's now her collar. Collar now has a curve. Yeah, it's less chibi. I made this a little too big. So that's a lesson, is to not go too big on your proportions. All right. But the important thing, again, is I'm learning some very useful things about these things. And you can see how, by doing those fists, I've now got much more confident hands. Like, they look right now. Belt, 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 skirt, midriff, and we gotta give her a little belly button. Skirt flares out, so I want to make sure I get that sense of the skirt flaring out. Okay. It's flaring out a bit too much, but whatever. And then we'll give her her legs. Whoa! I should do those lines upwards. This is much easier for the... easier for the hand to go upwards for some reason. And again, we'll just sort of give her the sense of that she's wearing some kind of sandals. In fact, let's give her a little... what would a little sandal strap look like, maybe? No, I think that'll be too much. Alright, then we need to give the sense of this. The hair. Alright, and then, yeah, I think we'll go ahead with a lighter line for that. We'll go a bit bigger on that. What is the future of animation in Japan? Will 2D hand-drawn still go on, or will 3D CGI take over the entire industry? Well, folks have been predicting the death of the hand-drawn animation industry in Japan for a very long time. So I am very skeptical of the idea that hand-drawn is going to die anytime soon. I think it is one of those things that industry has protected, for lack of a better word. You know, they know how to do that thing, and they do it well. So I think that is just a thing that they're going to keep on doing for a very long time. You know, will there be a point someday in the future when it's completely taken over? Maybe. But we're very bad at predicting the future. So I certainly do not want to get into that mode of saying, you know, decades hence, what will it be like? I have no idea. Yeah, that's pretty cute. And then again, we have our little triangle pattern in the shirt, which I rather like. Okay, yeah, that's our little SD character. Well, again, not great, but learning. And then yeah, we'll ink in Carl. Oh wait. Where is she? That looks like a Sarah. I mean, I think what's going to happen, honestly, is that there will be 2D and 3D. Right? There will be some people doing 2D and a bunch of people doing 3D, and we will see both of them in the industry. And for all practical purposes, the industry will just turn into some people doing one, some people doing the other. There will be some all CGI anime series, and some all hand-drawn, and some in the middle, right? Let's give him a slightly more normal hairstyle. Slightly less of a pompadour. That's better. There we go. At the point in 2D animation where everything seems very similar and unrealistic. It's hard to differentiate between a boy from a girl. I would argue, I mean, that's been true for decades. People had that complaint about Macross. You know? I think that is just the nature of anime is that the style is this very particular thing. There are always problems. There are always differences in style. Man, now that I've done that hand practice, I want to redraw his hands. But that's not the point. I don't want to do violence to the young artist who drew this. Definitely drawing upwards helps. I think now that I've done a bit more, I can at least get a sense of that should be a little less of a block. You know, we can make it at least flare out a bit, so it looks a little bit more like a foot. Slight improvement, and then we'll do his triangle, and then again I think we'll do this. Big eye. One of these days I will have a nice even hand at this, but not today. I look at how these mangaka draw and it's just it's crazy. He's a little more mischievous than I first thought. Carl here. Oh, and of course. All right. I think that does it. Cool. Let's go ahead and pencil. There haven't been any anime truly unique in their art style. Well, again, I would argue that's been true of any decade. Most anime have, you know, contrasting anime and manga that's an unfair comparison. Anime tends to have a very homogeneous art style at all times. You know, in the 60s, all anime looked like Astro Boy. And in the 70s, it all looked like Tomorrow's Joe. And in the 80s, it all looked like Macross. You know, that is just the nature of a big pop medium like that you tend to get the same thing everywhere. I mean, you're certainly right that the art style in anime is very, very similar across multiple anime series. But again, I think that's true all the time. You know, people point at, and I know you're not making this argument, but people say, you know, Cowboy Bebop look very different. Well, there's always one or two shows every year that look different. You know, Land of the Lustrous, Girls Last Tour. But you know, if you actually went and watched all the shows that came out in 1998, I predict it all look about as similar as anime today all looks about as similar. Again, it's just the nature of a medium trying to appeal to lots of people. That's cute. She's cute. You know, this is the kind of character where, again, it's not great, but that is much better art than I was producing a month ago. Let's go ahead and erase him. Give him a little more time to dry. Good. It's like Disney. It's like Western animation in general. You know, Western animation all looks the same because there's no reason for diversity. There's no reason for it all to be the same. Whereas in manga is a much bigger industry in terms of, you know, the number of different titles, number of different art styles. It is a much lower risk industry. You know, an anime series employs, you know, hundreds of people, right? And so it has to be safe. Whereas a manga is typically one person. Once you're successful, you know, you've got assistants and so forth. But it's still, you know, manga is just one of those things where, and especially for a new manga artist, you're just doing this thing, you're getting paid for that thing. So, you know, it is more experimental. It kind of can afford to be in that sense. Fill in some of those lines. All right. Cool. I think that'll do it for me for tonight. Hey, I'm sorry. I'm just finishing up. Just going to leave. So here's Carl. Here's some practice hands. Here's Sarah. Again, pretty cute. Maybe what I'll do for practice next time is try to redraw Sarah a couple times and try to be consistent with that character. I think it's a good idea. So we'll go ahead and put the art here because I'm going to do that. But yeah, I think that'll be good practice, is trying the same character multiple times, and maybe try to make her chibi next time. But then just try doing variation, like try to make the hair better, try to make the outfit better, just try to work on all those different aspects of the character to make it look right, so to speak. I think that'll be useful practice. So sorry, Hem. I will be back Wednesday for Workshop Wednesday. I have a whole bunch. Let me show you real quick. Let's pull a bunch of these off here. Bunch is a good idea. Yeah, let me just go in real quick and allow the camera to autofocus. It often has problems autofocusing on the page, but this is a okay. Nope. That's weird. It got it a minute ago. Why won't you focus on him now? That's bizarre. Anyway, there we are. Nope. It keeps focusing beyond it, which is really weird because it's like filling up the entire... Alright, well, let's have to do it that way. So here... Jeez. As big as I can make it. Nope, this clearly isn't important to focus on. This doesn't matter. Right? That page in the back that it won't focus on any other time. Okay. This is a water elemental. This is a fire elemental. Well, now it's okay. That's weird. And it focuses back. Alright. I guess I need to... Boom. No. Weird. Okay, I'll have to do some more experimentation with this to see if I can figure out how to make it. There we are. Fire elemental. Little bandit. Right there. With some swords. So I'm going to paint all these minis. Well, the problem is if I switch to manual, then I'm never going to get it exactly right. Because, you know, I'll have to hold it and write the same right place and then find that place every single time. Welcome, JPEGs. This again, I'm just about to leave. Air elemental. So these are all things I've 3D printed recently, and I want to paint them all. So you get a feel soon. Here's a scarecrow. Ooh. Scary scarecrow. There we go. So I'm going to paint a bunch of these on Wednesday, and you'll get to see... Here's sort of a birdman, essentially. Now it's figuring it out. So I'll show you some tips on how to paint these guys. Here's a fox dude. If it will figure it out. There we are. Need to be a little further away from the camera. So I'm going to give you some tips on how to paint small things, different shades and such. Nothing too complicated, but it should be fun. That's the plan for Wednesday, and then again, back on Friday. So, for the anime stream of the week. So, thank you all very much. Again, just finishing up. So, sorry those of you who just joined me. I will go ahead and scan these and upload them on DeviantArt within the next hour or so. So, if you look, check the video archived on YouTube. I will have that. I will have links to the DeviantArt once I get them up there. So, thanks, guys. See you later. And again, and then next week we'll be back. Usually, we should be back to the regular Tuesday night drawing practice. So, again, thanks, guys. See ya.